Hello, Steve White, Steve White's 89. I just watched No Time to Die, and it looks like I can finally buy my Bond film box set because there's going to be no more Bond films because James Bond is dead. They killed him. I didn't see this coming. I didn't know about this. I'm kind of shocked. I just finished watching the film like a minute ago. And I didn't even have the credits to sit through to absorb it for a minute. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And he's dead. He was blown up by missiles on an island. He was literally standing there, shown as everything exploded. He's dead. I'm just really surprised. It's the 25th film, the 60th anniversary. Well, it's been 60 years since the first film. The first film was in 62. And yeah, I'm just kind of shocked. The film itself, a lot of people were slagging it off and saying it was weird or bad or something. It was actually good. I was actually enjoying it up until about 10 minutes before then when I realised they're going to kill James Bond. Oh, I didn't know that, didn't see that coming. The film, basically, the bad guy, God, what was his name? Safin? God, I've written it down, but of course I can't read my notes as usual, and I've got a whole page of them. Rami's character, Safel, that's it, Safel. He's brilliant. He's creepy, he's maniacal, he's threatening, yet he never raises his voice or makes a quick movement. Basically, they invent nanotechnology which can target people by their DNA, which means you can eliminate individuals, families, whole races of people. It's a very disturbing idea of technology and genocide. And of course, I think we invented it, Bond's people, the good guys invented it and the bad guys stole it. This guy, the villain, his parents were killed by, I think, Spectre, so then he went to kill Spectre. Instead he killed his wife, and he was going to kill his daughter, Madeline, which is what we see at the start of the film, which opens like a horror movie, really. We see her, and then she's going to her mother, and then someone's outside, and then he's at the window, and it made me jump. She actually shoots him, but he must have had protective armour on, because as she's dragging him out of the house, he gets up and chases her onto a lake. She falls through into the water, and he starts to shoot her through the ice. But then we find out he didn't kill her. She went on to just be a very damaged person like him. And she ends up being his therapist without knowing who he is. He eventually reveals who he is to her. There's another fun villain in the film. He's got like a bionic eye, which is how he's killed. It's blown up in his head. Basically, Bond has a daughter. At the start of the film, he's with Madeline. They break up when he finds out she is Spectre's daughter. I'm not quite sure why he has the reaction he has. I'm not a big Bond person. I've only seen about 5 of the films. I saw GoldenEye in high school because we read the book. I saw Die Another Day because Madonna was in it. I saw Casino Royale because my straight friend wanted to see it, and we were doing a my film, your film sort of thing, and the last film we watched was mine, so I had to watch it. It didn't seem like a Bond film. It just seemed like an action film. There was no campness. There were no, that I remember, there were no, insane villains or unique villains or gadgets or anything. It just seemed like people running around shooting each other. I wasn't very impressed. I saw one of the other films, I think it was Skyfall or Spectre, I'm not sure which. I think I saw Skyfall by myself because it was, that was Maggie Dench's last film, wasn't it? And then I saw Spectre with a guy on a date, which was awful because I had to leave before the end to catch my train to go home because apparently he didn't like me enough to drive me home, so I never saw him again, and I missed the end of the film, and I never know what happened. And I only watched this film because people were talking about it and trashing it, and I thought, I know the usual suspects are going to trash this just because of a whole bunch of reasons, so I think I need to watch it. Now, Lashana Lynch, she's not the best actress. Now, there's nothing wrong with the character. She plays 007. He basically disappeared for 5 years after he split up with Madeline, and then he's brought back in to deal with this case. And she's number 007. He gets another number, but we never know what it is. And she actually asks a few times, she's like, 00 what? 00 what? And we never know what his new 00 was. But she remains 007, and she's going to continue to be 007, I imagine. Like, there's going to be no more Bond films. Bond is dead, but there'll probably be more 007 films with Lashana Lynch. So there are a few interesting moments in the film. I mean, there were some good action scenes. There's some shocking moments. The first, when the film really kicks off, is when Bond goes to visit somebody's grave and it blows up in his face. And then there's the bridge, the motorcycles. There's, God, there's a few good chase scenes. There's a car scene through a village. There's like a Land Rover scene in the forest. There's a helicopter there as well. I can't go through all of them. I tried to keep note of how many different like chase scenes there were. There weren't a lot of individual fight scenes, mostly chase scenes, car chases. The Aston Martin, of course. At first he's just sitting in it, it's getting shot up, and Madeline's freaking out. This is at the start. And she asks him to do something. Eventually he snaps out of it and turns the guns on and spins the car around and just blows them all away. It's pretty good seeing the car with the with the machine guns coming out of the lights. I mean, there was some fun with it. We had interesting villains, creepy villains. You know, I'm actually a bit upset they killed Bond. I cried a little bit. I'm like, wow. I never had a great love for James Bond, but I grew up with him. He was always in the background. I saw the films on TV when I was a kid. I saw the previews in the cinema when I was young and that. I didn't actually see any of the films really properly in the cinema until Die Another Day. But yeah, he's James Bond. He's an icon. You don't kill these people. It was like killing Captain Kirk in Generations. You don't do it. But they did it in universe, so it's not like I don't know. Are they going to reboot it with just another actor and say, that's okay? It's, you know, or is he dead? And are they going to continue on with Lashana Lynch? Now, she's not a great actress. The character's fine, like I said. She's not a great actress. Her face never seems to move properly. She just is really flat. She doesn't do a bad job of the character, though. Like the interactions, everything. It's just her face. She doesn't seem to have the ability to her instrument is not very well tuned, I guess is how I'll put it. She's not particularly unlikable in the film. She's a little cold, but that's about it. But one thing that was really telling was when he was dying and they showed everyone else's faces, they didn't show her. She was in the plane with them. The reason why he died was because he was infected with the nanites, whatever they were, and they would kill her and his daughter if he was in contact with them. And his only way off the island was the plane they were in. So I imagine he couldn't risk getting on there with them. So he had to die. At this point, he'd already been shot anyway. We thought Rami had left the island to, I don't know why he left the island actually. They were planning to blow up this island where they were manufacturing the virus. So Bond has to get in there, he has to destroy everything, and then he's like, we need to blow this whole thing up. So they literally send in missiles, and all he has to do is get in and open the blast-proof doors where everything's hidden under. Once he does that, the missiles can destroy everything, it's fine. So he does that, he's leaving, he's going to make the boat, he picks up the kid's toy that was dropped, because his daughter, did I mention it was his daughter? His daughter and Madeline get off, and they're on the plane with is it Q and 007, and he's almost out, and then the doors close again. He goes back to them, and before he can get to them, Rami's there. Safel, he shoots him again. They have a fight. He scratches him in the face, and then he reveals, basically, I've just poisoned you. You can never touch or be with the ones you love. And you're bleeding. So he shoots him, goes, opens the doors again, climbs up to the top to watch the missiles come in, and just stands there. He calls Q. He puts her onto Madeline. He tells her basically he's not going to make it out. She realizes what's happened. He thanks her for it's a beautiful scene. You know, he thanks her for creating the most beautiful thing he's ever seen, and she says, "She's got your eyes." And he says, "I know." And you just have a shot of him looking up with those blue eyes. I never liked the blonde James Bond with blue eyes, but I cried. It was beautiful. And boom, they killed him. I'm like, really? You had to kill him. Really? I just can't believe I'm getting upset about James Bond. But yeah, it's just sad. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't see any point in killing characters like this. If it was something like Generations, William Shatner was the only Captain Kirk, so he couldn't keep doing the films. They were they're going on with the next gen, so it kind of made some sense. Sometimes it can make sense, but Bond, you just get another actor, you do another film. There was no reason to kill him except they wanted to kill him. They wanted to end James Bond. Maggie Smith said, he's a dinosaur, you're a relic of the past. Now he is. His name was James Bond. That's the last line of the film. The mother is in the car, Madeline's in the car with her daughter, and she says, "I want to tell you about a man, his name was Bond." James Bond. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.